Hi, this is Loretta, and I'm coming at you with a video this time to share my December daily for 2014. I did not make a December daily last year. Time got away from me, and I really did regret it because the year before that was the first December daily I ever made, and I super enjoyed making it. So this year I thought I'm definitely going to make one. We got a super beautiful design team package that came in the mail that included the Paper Mania Victorian Christmas line, and I absolutely fell in love with it. So here we go through my December daily. Let me just go ahead and tell y'all ahead of time, my December daily isn't finished, and the reason for that is because I go day by day on what my December daily is going to include. Sometimes my plans don't always go like I expect them to go. My plan for today, since I'm off work, was to put up my Christmas tree, and that didn't happen. Last year, or maybe the year before, I bought a little Christmas decoration that's in the form of a little puppy dog. And before we put up the tree this evening, I decided that we would, hey, let's get out the puppy dog and see about putting that together. Well, that took a lot more time than I thought it would. So, look, I know you guys probably can't see that. It's hard to see a picture on a video. But anyway, there's the little puppy dog, which took enough time to put together that kind of didn't pan out with my plans. So, that's the reason I don't really finish my December daily on day one. I just kind of go along and just finish as I go along, if that makes sense. So anyway, let's get started on my December daily, and let me show you the cover. I started with a piece of corrugated cardstock that matched just really perfectly, I felt like. Then I cut a piece of the design paper and mounted that onto some chipboard. I got one of the little Michael's cheap little dollar bin chipboard mini albums that they sell in a shape that I really liked. I took a white piece of cardstock and cut a piece of that to fit that piece of chipboard, and then I ran it through my Cuttlebug with the embossing folder that we got this month, which is one of the reasons I love that embossing folder, because it's 6 inches, so I was able to emboss a really pretty large piece for this front cover. So I love that. Made a spray of some a Prima spray that I had, and some little sequined leaves. This is the Michael's flowers that they sell every year in 6-packs for, like, I don't know how much they are. But anyway, usually you can get them 50% off, so they're probably $1 or something like that. But anyway, I layered a bunch of those together, and then I put a center piece in the middle of that. This is a piece of the ephemera that came in with our design team package, which I really love, because the images that are on some of these pieces of ephemera, they include extra images of those, so that you can mount those onto a piece of chipboard and then mount that onto some foam tape, and then really make that little die cut really dimensional. I'm going to turn it to the side. I'm not really sure if you can see how dimensional this book is or not, but I just love how that turned out. This is just a Sizzix die cut, and these are just some thickers that I had in my stash. I think this might be a swirl from the boutique. Unfortunately, I had taken it out of the package and I don't remember, but I know that Edith sells some beautiful swirls and flourishes and things like that. So, you know, check her out for that. And I don't think there are any of these kits left. And the kits sell really fast, so boy, if you want one, all I can tell you is to jump on it. So anyway, let's go ahead and open this up. I had such a blast making this book, and this first layout, like I said, is one way of knowing why I don't jump ahead and do all of my layouts ahead of time, because I don't ever know how the day's going to turn out. So for this first layout, I'm trying to make sure that I'm 100% on frame, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to get the whole book on frame, but you get the idea. I've got all of my numbers already done. I have embossed a small square of paper. I have the numbers already done. I did not stickle them all. So I embossed a little square, stuck the little number down, but I haven't stickled them all because I'm not sure that I want all of them to be red. I used a little piece of the trim that we got in the kit. I hung some little charms from that trim. Y'all know the Christmas Carol, "Oh Christmas Tree"? Well, instead I just kind of tried to do a funny take on that and made my title for this page, "Oh Christmas Doggy," with a question mark, because we put together my lit doggy. Anyway, I decorated up a little Christmas tree with some stickles and some glitter. I decorated up a Tim Holtz carved ornament from the carved ornament die, and I covered that with some Tim Holtz tissue paper, tied a little piece of twine, which is absolutely driving me crazy because it doesn't want to lay like I want it to lay. Anyway, I want it to lay like that. But anyway, I cut it out in red cardstock. I put stickles on it, and I let me back up. Cut it out in red cardstock, covered it in the tissue paper, put stickles on it, and then tied a piece of twine. And then I made just this little waterfall booklet. A lot of these pages that came, all of these pages that came with these kits were single-sided. So on a lot of the backs of them, I printed a journal page that I bought from a digital kit quite some time ago. And then this is a gorgeous card that I got in the mail today from our swap that we did over at the Scrapbooking With Me Boutique members page. And all I can say, I think that she pronounces her name Adriana, or if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I am so terribly sorry. But let me tell you, this is just an absolutely stunning card. It matches my book beautifully. I like to include my Christmas cards that I get in the mail in my December daily, if it's possible, if the size will permit for me to include it. I like to do that. I just think it's a beautiful addition. So, and what I did is I cut up file folders and made sections for my December daily. And I did one for each week, but I did two for the week of Christmas so that I would have one folder and the insides of it dedicated especially toward that holiday. So anyway, that's my first layout, and now I'll just flip through the rest of what's in my book. And it's not decorated, as I said. I'll do that as I go along. So I've layered in here some transparencies. This is a Tim Holtz glassine bag. I had an absolute blast playing with these little rub-on metallic paints. As you can see, I've used quite a bit of them. Lots of fun. I put a mask onto this Tim Holtz glassine envelope and then rubbed it with the rub-on. This doesn't take long to dry, y'all, and it's really fun to work with. This is a piece of the design paper that I used my We Are Memory Keepers punch board to make an envelope out of. This is a piece of the design paper that I used a Martha Stewart edge punch and then did the journaling paper on the back of that. This is another piece of the design paper that I used my We Are Memory Keepers punch board to punch out an envelope. And then here's the other side of that first file folder. Okay, and here's the second file folder, and here you can kind of see the shape of the file folder. You know, the top and the bottom. So anyway, and I've covered all of these with design paper. So, here's a piece of the design paper that has a Martha Stewart edge on it that has the journaling on the back. This is a piece of acetate transparency that I put a rub-on on. This is a piece of vellum, and I'm not sure that you can see the sentiment, so let me just put a piece of paper on it. It says, "Have a holly jolly Christmas." I did a Martha Stewart edge punch on it, and put in a transparency. Put in an envelope from We Are Memory Keepers in the opposite direction. And then the next file folder. And then here we go with the next one. And let's just get to the beginning of this. This is another one of those glassine envelopes where I used a stencil and a rub-on. Here I did a transparency with a rub-on on it again. Here I did an edge punch. I cut out 3 smaller pieces of paper from the design paper. I used an edge punch, and then I just put 3 of these in that I can use for photos and or journaling. Here is a My Road envelope that I put a piece of vellum paper that I had on the front of that. Here I printed off a transparency that I thought was beautiful and matched the collection very well, and so I just threw that in for some decorative interest. Here's a piece of the design paper, again with a Martha Stewart border punch. The back of it is the journal paper and file folder. Here's another beginning of a file folder. Here's another one of those images that I printed off from Pinterest onto a piece of vellum and put in my book just because I thought it was really beautiful and would make a really pretty addition. And I love Christmas carols, and all these are Christmas carol based. Another piece of the design paper that I've got Martha Stewart edge punch and journal paper on the back. Here is a piece of vellum that I printed on, and of course this has all the reindeer listed. Alright, and then here's the back side of the file folder. Here I just put in a large envelope that I got. Actually, someone had packaged something in here for me in a Secret Santa swap, and I just decided that I would go ahead and cover it with design paper and use it in case I want to put receipts or what have you in there. Here's another file folder, again covered with the design paper. This one has December the 25th, so this one will probably be used as my Christmas folder. I've got transparency. I've got an envelope, again, made with the We Are Memory Keepers design paper. Another one of those really pretty transparencies that I printed off of the computer with Oh Come All You Faithful. I just thought those were gorgeous. Another piece of the design paper with a Martha Stewart edge punch and the journal paper on the back. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Little piece of vellum that is I kind of turned into a little booklet there. Here is a policy envelope with that same vellum paper attached to the front of it. And all I did was just let the cinch go ahead and punch a partial hole, so that way it's a working envelope. And there is the back of that. I also always like to use a piece of the collection paper so that I can remember what it is that I used. And I can barely read that this is DoCrafts Paper Mania Victorian Christmas. This, there where it says A4 paper pad, I'm not worried about that. I can always cover that up with any number of things. So anyway, open that up. Another piece of the design paper with the Martha Stewart border punch. The journal paper, a transparency, another one of the glassine envelopes that I've used the rub-on with. Open that up, and then there is the last 2 pages, which I really haven't done anything with. I'm really happy with the binding. I did use a different binding method on this book that I really think I'm going to like, and especially as the book fills up, I think it looks really neat and professional, and I'm super happy with how that turned out. I did use for that a product that is sold at the boutique. I believe it's called Craftex. I really love to use this product for binding because it's really, it's really durable. I've got a smaller piece. Let me see if I can find a smaller piece of it here. I've got a smaller piece, and here you can see, it's really durable, and I can't even tear it. You see what I'm saying? I literally cannot even pull that apart to tear it. It made it out of shape, but it didn't tear it. So, this is a binding that's going to last forever. And if you're, whether you're using the, oh gosh, I can't think of the really popular binding technique that's out there. Gosh, I'll think of it in a minute. Oh gosh, Kathy Orta does it. I'll try to put a link to it below, but you know, using this craft text for whatever kind of binding you're using, it's going to last forever. And that's what I did. I used a binding piece just about like this one. And then what I did is I glued my front and my back covers to that craft text. I left a piece, I don't think you're going to be able to see, but I left a pretty big piece hanging over to glue these covers to that, so they're really going to last. And I think this is a super professional way to bind if you have a bind it all or if you have a cinch. And so that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like it. I will show it once I get it all the way finished and get all of my layouts complete and my pictures in it. So you guys stay tuned for that. In between time, please leave me a comment. It means so much to me. I read every single comment you guys ever make. And, oh yeah, one more thing. This is going to be a long video, and I'm sorry about that. But one more thing that I wanted to show you is, while I do these December dailies, and I don't have everything there, I do have everything handy that I need to do the next layout. I've got all my alphas. I've got all of my little scraps of paper that I have left over. That's not a good example. Got all my flowers. Got all my alphas. Got my trim. And then I have one more box. And this box has, oh, I made some really cute, using that little rub-ons and some die cuts. I made some really cute reindeer that I thought might go with that little reindeer page on my December daily. So anyway, I keep all of my little ephemera pieces, the little stockings that I got from the kit, little scraps and pieces of paper that I have left over that I didn't use, my December daily numbers. I have everything combined in 2 different boxes that have all of my embellishments and such that I'm going to need to finish up the December daily. And that's kind of how I do that. So, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Again, I'm going to repeat, I love you guys' comments. I read each and every one of them. I cannot tell you how much it means to me that you guys care enough about what I do to watch my videos and listen to my southern accent and all my ramblings. So anyway, that's my way of telling you how much I love you. If you have any questions, let me know. Until next time, bye now.